Tonight, a showbiz exclusive. The couple who say they helped expose the alleged fraud of Real Housewives of New Jersey stars Teresa and Joe Giudice. The Giudices got their worlds rocked this week after they were indicted on 39 counts of fraud, including lying to the IRS and bankruptcy court. They both say they're not guilty, but the charges they face, they're very serious. If they're convicted, they each face dozens of years behind bars. And if the Giudices do go to prison, it could be in part because of the efforts of these two, William Saraceno and Monica Chacon. They battled the Giudices in a lawsuit that snowballed into this week's major federal indictment against Teresa and Joe. They're with me here in New York for their first TV interview since the indictments. First of all, thank you both for being here tonight. So, Monica, let me start with you. After battling the Giudices in and out of court for so long, how does it feel this week, seeing them charged at this level and facing possible massive prison time?
Want to take that one?
All right. Well, you know, our client had his case. It's been several years, and you know, we've kind of known that their behavior and their actions have been like this for the past few years leading up to this time. It's really not a shock to us. I just think that it's time that the rest of the world sees, you know, what's been going on. And I'm sure that the time has come simply because the U.S. Attorney's Office feels that they now have enough evidence to prove their case against both the Giudices. Yeah,
and obviously it's very, very serious. And it is a little complicated. I want to take a look at the Showbiz Newsline to kind of boil down your role in the Giudices fraud charges. It was 2007 when Joe's ex-business partner, someone you two represented, claimed that Joe forged your client's signature to get a loan. And then in 2009, you and your client won a judgment against Joe. But days later, this was October '09, the Giudices filed for bankruptcy. This was a long ordeal for them that was shown on the Real Housewives show.
We've made an offer to the U.S. Trustee's office as well as to the Chapter 7 trustee. And they have not accepted that offer at this point.
I'll do whatever it takes to defend myself. Like, I don't have any skeletons in my closet. Again, like I always say, the truth shall set me free. When do you see, like, the end of this? I want to see the tunnel. I want to see the light.
So interesting hearing her say, no skeletons in my closet. Of course, innocent until proven guilty here. There's only been an indictment. But the Giudices bankruptcy filing after you guys beat them in court got the feds involved in looking at their finances, which all led up to this week's indictment. Is this in a way personal for the two of you?
Not on my part, absolutely not. I just think that for my client, for Joe Masterpole, this has always been a long road to something that he's entitled to. You know, there was fraud committed against him. It was proven in court. It's been many, many years that he's been trying to tackle this, and to date, he has not been completely whole in this situation. You know, he has not been completely what's the word I'm looking for?
His case isn't fully resolved. He hasn't been completely paid. It's not personal, but, you know, we took a case on for many years in many different courts on our client's behalf. It wasn't just us. There was other attorneys. My father, who's my partner, we had a separate bankruptcy counsel. And, you know, our client, Joe Masterpole, really went through the ringer in this case. And that's where the line starts. Mm-hmm. There are many more people behind him that, you know, basically are in the same position.
So it's just been such a long road for you guys. And of course, Monica, fans of the Real Housewives of New Jersey know all about your issues with Teresa, because on one of the episodes, she even had you kicked out of a Christmas party. Let's look.
She came over really upset that you're here and she's freaking out.
You don't know me, believe me, when I tell you it's been 3.5 years of complete torture and nightmare on my part, dealing with
Teresa?
the two of them.
I'm sorry, so
okay,
sorry. I'm so embarrassed and I'm sorry, but it just has to be.
Well, Monica, years ago, you said about Teresa, her day of reckoning is still to come. So I got to know, with her and Joe facing these very serious federal charges now, do you think we've arrived at that day?
Possibly. I think at this point she would be foolish, or they would be foolish, you know, not to try and bring some closure to all of this and to try and continue to deny and to try and get away with things that they shouldn't. There are a lot of victims that are standing in line waiting to get reimbursed or some sort of restitution you know, I hope that all of this does come to an end at some point.
Well, Monica and Bill, I really appreciate you both being here tonight. I know it has been an incredibly long time that you've been dealing with this, and I do appreciate you being on Showbiz tonight. We did reach out to representatives for Teresa and Joe Giudice for response to the statements that Monica and Bill have been making about them. The Giudices did not get back in touch with us by Showtime, but after the couple's indictment, Teresa's attorney did tell Showbiz tonight this: Teresa will plead not guilty. The judicial process that begins today with an indictment is a search for the truth. As it moves forward, we look forward to vindicating her.